Alright everybody, welcome back to Secret of Mana. So, we have pretty much cleared the Pure Land, just need to advance through the final gateway to the cutscene that ends it. But I haven't actually gotten the Griffin Helm, which is the best helmet for the boy yet, and this is the only place you can get it as a rare drop from the Griffin Hand enemies. So, before we actually finish the place, we're going to do a little bit of farming. That's right, I should be casting Gem Missile on these guys because it kills them in one hit. Oh, whoops, that was a mistake. Oh, this actually took me all the way back to the beginning of the Pure Land, didn't it? Whoops. Oh, that's fine. I can just run right through. And actually, that's a good thing that it did, because there's 3 Griffin Hands right here that I can farm really easily. Not only that, but it'll be really good for leveling up. Because I kind of want to be in... I kind of want to get it to around level 60. Man, look at that damage. Oh, we got a chest. Alright. Come here, you. Get back here. Get. Where'd you go? Did it leave the screen? Oh, no, there it is. Oh, chocolate. Alright, try this again. Oh, no chests. Actually, I think we're also at the level where the enemies in this area are no longer a ridiculous threat, they're just a mild one. They still hurt if they hit you, but it requires hitting you. Alright, come on, give me a chest. Give me a chest. Nope. Oh, we got 2 chests. Nice. No, come on. Ah, just I don't know the exact algorithm for determining rare versus common drops. Heal. I saw a chest over there. Oh, but there's a chest. There we go. Got it. So, yeah, +5 higher than the Needle Helm. Alright. Mission accomplished. Let's get out of here. So now I can just safely ignore everything else because nothing else in the Pure Land is unique. As I mentioned, the ghost can drop something okay, but you can also get it as a drop in the final dungeon. Oh, no, I need to go this way. You know what? Should make sure... yeah.
Continue on.
Cave area. I like how you can dodge while you're unconscious. Seems fair.
Continue on.
Alright. Final stretch. We're almost done. Actually, getting that Griffin Helm did not take nearly as long as I was expecting it to. Running past all the enemies here because we're done.
Continue on.
Where are we?
Enjoy the cutscene.
Look! That
must be the mana tree.
We did it! Now all you gotta do is revive that mana sword and get out of here.
This feels like I'm dreaming. You made it. I'm glad I met you. And you too, for that matter.
What can I say? You guys would have been lost without me.
So much has happened to us in such a short time. Without you guys, I never would have made it. There's one last job to do. If the mana tree can restore the sword, that fortress won't stand a chance against us. Let's...
Whoops, did not intend to skip that dialogue, but oh well.
Fools! Feast your eyes upon the power of the Mana Fortress! Fire!
Bro! Sis! Help!
Come. Awaken.
Oh, where are we? Wait! Where's the mana tree?
Drat! Thanatos gave us the slip again. And we were so close.
What's going to happen to the world now? Diluc is...
I have been awaiting your arrival. It is I, the Mana Tree, guardian of this world. Do not despair. Even without physical form, I am still with you. The resurrection of the Mana Fortress has used up most of the world's mana. Soon all the mana beasts in the world will be transformed into one giant creature. This great mana beast is the only one who can bring mana back to the planet. But the rapid decrease of mana has caused the beast to descend into a crazed frenzy. If the beast attacked the fortress, the world would not survive the encounter. The only way to avoid this tragedy is to first defeat the mana beast with the sword. Only those with the blood of the mana tribe in their veins can wield the mana sword. Your father, legendary Tasnican knight Saren, was to retrieve the sword, but 15 years ago, Saren sought to defeat the evil emperor, but he was badly wounded. With the last of his strength, he journeyed to Potos to retrieve the mana sword, but he never made it.
You mean that ghost I saw by the falls? That was my father?
Yes, it is true. Your father was the legendary knight, and I was his wife, your mother. We are of the Mana tribe. Members of our tribe are fated to become the Mana Tree to protect the world for future generations. Others, like your father, inherit the Mana Sword to fight the evils that threaten peace and prosperity. You must stop the fortress. Its stores of mana are nearly gone. You could penetrate its shields. With the last of my energy, I will call upon the seeds of mana to once again resonate with your sword. I am sorry. I was never there to care for you growing up.
Mother! Wait, is that really you? But what happens without the mana tree? No! We finally meet and now this? Talk to me! Mother! Mother!
Oh no.
Mother. She...
Snap out of it. Your mom gave us hope. Don't let her last moments go to waste. It's tough, but we're all dealing with our own losses. Sis ain't got a mom, and neither do I.
Sorry. I'll be okay. The Mana Tribe, huh? I've got big shoes to fill. But I'll protect the world like my mother and father.
Now you're talking. That's why you're my #1 subordinate.
Yeah, I don't know why, but it almost feels like I met my own mother. She's here in my heart, just like your mother's in yours.
That's the spirit. You guys ready? 1, 2, 3. All right.
All right, so we have, with the dying wishes of the mana tree, we now have the ability to go past level 7 magic, and we can start building to level 8, which requires 50 casts per spirit. That is one of the achievements, however. And then once we get the spirits to level 8, we can actually get them to 8 and 99%. So 99 more casts after that, and then that will give a random chance to do a level 9 version of a spell whenever you cast them. But we're not going to be doing that today. Instead, so at this point, we now have the ability to attack the Mana Fortress. So I'm actually going to go there and land on the Mana Fortress just to show what it looks like. But we're not actually going to go inside tonight. Instead, I'm going to catch up on the rest of the in cutscenes. I need to find the Mana Fortress first because the thing likes to move around. There it is. So, welcome to the Mana Fortress. This is the final dungeon of the game. Lots of high-level enemies. Well, these are mostly enemies from the Mana Palace. But once we go inside, you'll actually see enemies from, or actual new enemies. Oh, here's some new enemies. So we got the Fiend Head and the Darkstalker. So the Fiend Head is actually one of those enemies that contains, or that has weapon orbs as one of its rare drops. So we need to farm him up a bit. Shelter's needed. Has a lot of HP. And he also likes to fart out Darkstalkers. So, if you didn't get the chance in the Mana Palace, there is one basilisk here in the Mana Fortress. I don't remember exactly where it is, but you do have a chance to farm up Cockatrice Cap that way. Oh, Moogles can't pick up chests.
Gem missile.
Oh, Vest Guard. Wait, I already have that, don't I? Yes, that is the same equipment that Neko sold me. That stupid cat. Come on, come on. Get unmoogled. Ah! Okay, fine. Moogle belts. Alright, so got that sample of the Mana Fortress music. Let's kill this fiend head. Hopefully it'll drop an orb for me. Not likely, but...
Gem missile. Gem missile. Your turn, no? Gem missile.
Alright, so...
There.
Now, we're going to go ahead and take Flaming. We're going to head over to Pandora, because Pandora is the cheapest inn on in the world. And we're going to use Pandora to see all the rest of the innkeeper little cutscenes. Also, in case you're wondering, if you try to land back at the Pure Land, here's what happens. You get dropped off right at the Mana Tree. You can't leave this little island. You can't do anything.
There.
Other than call Flammy and fly away. Though, when I landed on the Mana Palace, I should have gotten the achievement for landing at every Flammy location. Not sure why I didn't. Whatever. I will figure it out later.
One night is 10 G.
So when we last left off, we had just talked about Santa.
Fireball. Floater. Lava wave.
Are you practicing Salamando's magic?
Of course. Fire magic is particularly cool.
All the attacks are pretty destructive, I'll give you that.
The best magic comes with explosions.
Who is she, Michael Bay?
Kinda makes all my other attacks seem boring. Salamander's my favorite, no doubt.
Careful, if you play favorites, the other elementals might not like it.
I can't help it if the rest of them are boring.
How could you be so cool?
Gnome! You heard me?
No one wants a boss who doesn't respect them.
You should listen to the missus. She understands what we elementals are thinking.
See, better treat everyone fairly or you'll be stuck without allies.
No! Wait! I take it all back!
Alright, so recovering Salamando.
One night is 10.
tropical paradise was perfect, wasn't it?
What do you mean?
The perfect temperature, even in an icy wasteland.
Wasn't that because of Salamando?
Yep. All thanks to my trusted underling, Salamando.
Why are you always recruiting underlings?
These elementals sure are powerful.
I'm just praising my subordinates like a good boss should. Credit where credit is due and all that.
Did I hear my name?
Whoa! Don't scare us like that.
We were just talking about giving our thanks for all your help.
Ah, shucks. You'll make me blush. We're all doing our best.
Ah, hut, hut. Okay, you can stop. We don't need a sauna room.
Huh?
I thought you wanted to praise your underling.
Not for broiling me alive.
All right, so that was the Scorpion base.
One night is 10.
So next should be the Fire Palace.
What's with those balloons?
The balloons?
Yeah, the ones that make your brain go all fuzzy.
I kinda like them.
Of course she likes getting high. Wait, that doesn't seem right.
It's sort of like stress relief. The balloons make you space out.
It's nice to take a break now and then.
Oh, really? I don't like them at all.
I don't think you need the balloon to space out.
Huh? What do you mean?
Sometimes you stop and stand there for no reason.
I'm just thinking of our next move, or looking at the map, or looking up monster weaknesses.
Sure you are. I think you just get distracted staring at Sis.
You do what?
I do not. Leave me alone. I'm not spacey or staring at anyone.
I think you teased him too much. You should apologize.
I'll do it in the morning.
One night is 10 GP.
All right, so maybe this one is the Fire Palace one.
I can't believe we managed to sneak into the Empire.
That was not fun.
Or they just aren't even covering the Fire Palace.
I was on edge, worried we'd get caught at any second. But it was thrilling in a way.
Uh-huh. Thrilling.
You better be careful when setting paw on the Empire.
Who's there?
Just me, Neko. Meow.
What are you doing here?
Just passing by and smelled your muddy... I mean, my favorite travelers. Meow.
And the truth comes out.
The Empire is not a friendly place for a cat trying to make a living. Soldiers keep throwing me out on my tail. I've been chased out of most establishments with a broom. Let me tell you. All I've got to show for my efforts at setting up shop is a lot of rotten fish. But now that I've found my favorite travelers, maybe Mew can help me. Won't Mew buy some of my wares?
If it'll help.
Hey, that varmint's come back.
Drat! There goes my perfect plan. I'll see Mew all later. Meow.
What was that all about?
Good question.
I've made my opinion of that cat well known by now, I hope.
One night is 10.
Alright, so now that was Southtown. I guess this will probably be either the sewer or Northtown.
You've turned into quite the swordsman.
What brought this up?
Oh, it's nothing really. Just that I noticed how much more mature you've become. That's all.
Oh, well, thanks.
The Mana Sword made the right choice in its wielder.
You know, I think I can do what I set out to do.
That's the spirit. Now, if you could just stop wandering around lost all the time, this could go smoothly.
Congrats! But Sis has been with you this whole time, right? How much stronger is she gonna get?
Frighteningly strong.
I'm sure you don't mean that in a bad way, right?
Wouldn't dream of it.
One night is 10.
Fine work today. Oh, didn't see you there, Gnome. What's wrong?
I finally mustered up the courage to tell you.
What's with the long face? Is it another monster?
Oh, right, monsters. But that's not why I'm here this time. It's the missus, that's what.
Sis, what about her?
She's been summoning me a lot lately, and I mean, I'm happy to help you and the missus, but she asked me to run errands, give her shoulder rubs, clean her clothes. That's not in my job description.
Elementals can do menial tasks too?
Why didn't I think of that?
You're digging yourself deeper, Gnome. Run away while you can.
Please have mercy, boss.
No.
If it isn't the missus, what brings you here?
I didn't realize you were opposed to the favors I was asking you. I apologize, Gnome.
Oh, well, it's all right. No, I'm done.
Uh-oh. That sweet tone sounds suspicious.
Sis doesn't apologize. Maybe she's gonna make Salamando her next target.
I'm kind of surprised that Undini and Sylphid haven't really been showing up in these skits. Well, I mean, Undini showed up in the one, but that's it. Sylphid hasn't shown up at all.
One night is 10.
My sword is all polished up and ready for another fight. Glad to have Watts around to help with the weapons.
Never knew Watts was the travel type. We didn't talk much while I was in the caves.
He must be very brave to follow us when there are so many monsters around.
Come to think of it, how does he manage to follow us without getting attacked?
Maybe he's actually a skilled warrior. Champion of the dwarves or something.
You know, Watts might even be stronger than you, little sprite.
Hey, I'm just a kid. Give me a break.
Maybe we should ask him to join our party instead.
Watts might even be stronger than I am.
Don't be so down on yourself.
Tease the sprite, but reassure the boy.
One night is 10.
Bro, why does your face look weird?
It's Chrissy. She's so cool, you know? She's practically the same age as me, but she's a level-headed leader.
Man, this is only Northtown? There was like 4 skits in between.
And she's kinda, you know, cute.
Oh, I see how it is.
Why are you getting jealous?
Careful, or Sis is gonna get jealous.
How many times do I have to tell you? I'm not jealous. I'm in love with Diluc.
Yeah, sure.
Ugh, would you wipe that soppy look off your face? It's gross. Besides, my hair is better. Maybe I'm not filled out like she is, but I've got a great personality.
Sorry, something caught in my throat.
I don't know if I'd go that far.
You sure sound jealous to me.
Leave me alone.
One night is 10.
Kind of curious how many more skits I have left before I get caught up to the Mana Fortress.
I used to think that everyone who lived in the Empire was our enemy, that they were bad people. But now that we've talked to some of them, I realize that I was wrong.
They're just like the citizens of Pandora and everyone else we've met on our journey.
Some of these guys look like they're having a harder time here than others.
I'm not sure if defeating the Empire is going to help these people.
We need to find out who's really behind these problems.
You mean Thanatos? He's going down!
He's bad news. We need to figure out what he and the Empire's higher-ups are up to. If we don't, the whole world is in danger, not just the Mana Tree. Let's keep going.
Alright, so next skit.
One night is 10 G.
Good thing I have all this money from the enemies I've slaughtered in the Pure Land and
Flammy's
the first area
grown
of
so much.
the Mana Fortress.
Feels like we just found him, and he's already big enough to let us ride him.
That's one legendary dragon.
His wing plumage is coming in so thick. I can't wait to see how he looks full grown.
And he's still so cute, no matter how big he gets.
Yeah, Flammy's great.
That's the first time I've heard you praise Flammy. Did you get over your jealousy?
Come on, I'm not petty enough to hold a grudge like that. Besides, if Flammy got this big in such a short amount of time, that means I can't be far behind. Getting jealous over Flammy wouldn't be very big of me after all. I try not to get stuck in the past. I look to the future. Ha-ha!
Nice to hear that optimism. It's good to dream.
You do know you're a sprite, right? There's basically no way you're going to get as big as a dragon.
Even your grandpa was kinda on the short side.
Ha-ha! Just you wait and see.
Better not crush their dreams.
Okay.
She agreed to that rather quickly. Alright, so that was the rescue from the Empire after the first fight with Mech Rider. Or wait, no, second fight with Mech Rider. The first fight was in the desert.
One night is 10.
Luna's magic is really curious.
How so?
There's a trick to it, you could say.
Wait, Luna? But Luna was the third sprite that you... or the third elemental while you were on Jacques' Grand Tour.
Yeah? Well, Trick is my middle name. Or last name. Whichever.
It's certainly different, to say the least.
Hee. I could use some of these moves to prank people.
Is that all you think about?
I hear that Luna herself is a fan of jokes. Good day to you all. How do you like my magic? Oh, Luna, we were just talking about how curious your magic is compared to others. I see. Many are curious about the light of the moon. My magic reflects that, you could say.
You know, Luna doesn't seem like the type to trick people.
You're right. Tricks, you say? Oh, just you wait.
I bet you anything she's stronger than she looks.
It's interesting that that the Luna skit is after the rescue from the Empire. It should be Lumina and Shade, or actually, it should be Shade, then Lumina, then Luna. Now I'm actually kind of curious if I had kept up with the in-skits up to that point. Would I have seen Luna before I was actually supposed to get her?
One night is 10 GP.
Oops.
One night is...
That moon palace was out of this world!
Who knew space was so dark?
Dark and a little frightening, but also pretty in an ethereal way.
Ethereal? Is that a fancy way to say looks like nighttime?
It was like the whole sky was spread out around us. How is that not impressive?
Impressive schmessive. He can't eat stars, so what do I care?
I never get tired of listening to you guys joking around.
Joking? Who's joking?
Yeah, whose side are you on anyway?
You can't just treat us like entertainment. You have to choose sides.
No comment.
Way to have a backbone, Randy. Alright, so I'm kind of curious who's next.
One night is 10...
Look at the sea. Look at that castle. I can see why it's the pride and joy of Tasnica.
Did it just completely skip Lumina and Shade? Huh. Interesting.
The Republic seems like a nice place to live.
Better than Pandora. I could move here and be free of my father and that stupid engagement nonsense.
So that's why you like it here.
I don't know if that's a good idea.
What do you mean? There's no way I'm marrying that stupid nobleman's son.
That's not what I meant.
Then what did you mean?
Tasnica and Pandora may be allies, but they might not want you here on account of your bad personality.
I'll show you a bad personality.
We've traveled together for this long and you still won't stop fighting?
I guess they didn't make skits for Shade and Lumina, which does kind of make sense since they're each restricted to one character.
One night is 10...
What's with that laugh?
Human, do not speak to me so flippantly. I have tamed the forces of darkness.
Never mind.
Oh, I see. You can use Shade's power, so now you think you're some great sorcerer?
I don't just think it, I am. You know you wish you had the powers I possess.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
Oh, come on. At least play along.
I said sure, didn't I?
There was no passion behind it. Ugh, you guys are no fun.
It was probably Shade's snobby tone that got him sealed in the first place.
One night is...
Nothing is as tall as the lofty mountains.
Yeah, the uninterrupted view from so high was gorgeous. I've never seen anything so thrilling and beautiful.
Wait, isn't the view the same when we were riding on Flammy?
Flying on Flammy makes all the creatures below us look like ants. Yeah, but the scenery is different on a mountain instead of on a dragon.
Yeah, it's different.
I've always had my suspicions, but I think this proves it. Sis, you're afraid of heights.
No, I'm not.
Then how come you hadn't looked at the view from high up until we got to the mountains?
The wind shear when riding Flammy is too strong. I can't open my eyes without getting grit in them.
Really? Well, I guess next time we should ask Sylphid to stop the wind for us.
That's a silly thing to bother an elemental with. Don't worry about me.
Says the one who calls the Earth Elemental for back rubs and grocery shopping.
I'm right, aren't I? You are scared.
I am not.
They never miss an opportunity to pick on each other.
Okay, so the whole Lofty Mountains and Sage Jacques segment is definitely out of order because it went Empire to Luna to Tasnica to Shade to Lofty Mountains, when it should have been Lofty Mountains to Shade to Lumina, then Luna, then Tasnica. So actually, this is probably going to be them complaining about Sage Jacques, and then the next one will probably be Lumina.
Let's take a break.
There you are.
What?
Nice to see a familiar face out here. How are the weapons?
Everything is in tip-top shape. Thanks for helping us reforge these things.
Not a problem. Happy to be of service.
You must have a hard time following us around all the time. But we appreciate all your help.
Don't worry. Working on all these mana weapons has made me a better blacksmith. Besides, I'm not just here for that.
You have another job?
Well, I'm supposed to keep an eye on that little runt over there. The Elder asked me to check up on them.
He did?
Aw, that's so sweet. He wants to make sure you're doing okay on your journey.
Yeah.
That's no good.
What do you mean?
There's no shady business I can do if someone's keeping an eye on me.
Were you planning something?
Them's the breaks.
I was wondering who was going to say it, whether it was going to be the Sprite or Watts.
One night is 10 GP.
Remember those weird orbs at the Mandala Temple?
Orbs?
Oh, you mean the videos?
Yeah, the videos.
Wouldn't it be cool to have a video of our adventures?
If I had a video of me, I'd use it to scare Grandpa. Or maybe the people in Dwarf Village.
Hey, that's an ancient artifact you're talking about. You can't just use it for pranks.
Well, what would you use a video for then?
Isn't it obvious?
No.
I'd leave a video declaring my eternal love for Diluc.
Really?
Thought so. What a waste.
No, it's a noble thing to use video for. Can you think of anything more romantic than a tangible record of our love that would last for generations?
Even when the world is in dire peril, you two never change.
One night is 10.
All right, here we go with the next one.
Ugh.
What's wrong?
I'm just remembering getting turned into a Moogle.
Oh, I thought maybe your stomach hurt from overeating.
Overeating? My stomach ain't that delicate.
Back to the Moogle thing. You're right that it's no fun being so helpless in the middle of battle.
I can't stand it.
But Moogles are so cute. I don't think I'd mind if you were a Moogle instead of a sprite.
What?
Traveling with a Moogle companion does sound fun.
You too? No way! Moogles are too clumsy to play tricks on people.
That's why you don't like Moogles?
One night is...
I've come so far since I left Potos.
Of course you have.
I don't mean physical distance, really.
Did not mean to skip that.
You took him literally.
Shush.
I'm really grateful for the village and the Elder for taking in an orphan like me, even if they exiled me in the end.
I don't know what to say.
You homesick, bro?
Not exactly. Just thinking that I've gotten a lot of help along the way to come this far. From you guys, too.
We've been through a lot on this journey.
And it ain't over yet.
Yep, we still have a long way to go. But I'm gonna do my best to protect my village and all the people we've met.
One night is 10...
That Mammon is an idiot.
What's got you so angry?
Oh, now we're on the Gold Isle, so that means Lumina's.
Lumina! I can't believe a king would exploit an elemental like that.
Oh, and here I thought you'd be disappointed that you hadn't thought of a scheme like that first.
What kind of jerk do you take me for? I understand wanting your country to prosper, but no one should sacrifice an elemental for their own greed.
You're absolutely right.
Thank you for your concern. I appreciate the thought. Oh, you don't have to thank us. Sounds like the king took advantage of you.
Many have sought to use my powers for their own purposes. Speaking of which, I have a favor to ask. Yes? What could strengthen our bonds better than a dinner party? Don't suppose you could lend us the money?
Weren't you just saying it was bad to abuse her power?
Hey, this is different. Mammon wasn't asking, he was just taking. She doesn't have to say yes.
It's a different kind of greed. Food over gold.
I'd hate to see what would happen if you two could use Lumina's powers instead of me.
One night is 10...
It was a trap all along. Everyone was so distracted by the spy, they didn't notice the Chancellor was possessed.
Now there's an idea. If we want to get rich quick, we should impersonate a ruler.
And now we're back to Tasnica.
It figures.
Why? Don't you want to be rich and powerful?
I don't think riches were the Empire's motivation.
Oh, I want to rule a country. I want to live in the lap of luxury.
Don't think that's gonna happen.
But I wanna. How about just one day? One day of living like a king.
I suppose that sounds fair. I can ask the King of Pandora for you next time we're there.
Really? You would? Woohoo!
Are you sure that's a good idea?
There's a lot more to being king than having servants. Our overeager friend could learn a thing or two.
Oh, I get it.
Alright, so after Taznica was Jacques and the Three Shadows, and then the Mana Palace.
One night is 10 GP.
Guys, we need to talk.
It's strange seeing you so serious.
What's this about?
We've been together for a while now, right? Through thick and thin, 3 peas in a pod.
Well, yeah.
I think it's high time we had a heart-to-heart. Just to air out our grievances with each other, you know?
That sounds reasonable. What is it you wanted to say?
Don't get mad, sis, but you toss and turn so much the room rattles. I can barely get any shut-eye.
What? I do not. Besides, you snore so loudly you wake up the innkeeper.
I object. I don't remember ever snoring.
Of course you don't remember. You were asleep.
Well, it's a wonder any of us can sleep with all this racket.
Alright, we'll go ahead and save up to this point in the skits. And
One
we still got a
night
couple
is
more to
10
do, so I don't know how many are left, but I'm gonna get through all of them before I finish out for the night.
Never thought I'd come across a test where I have to fight myself.
People say you're supposed to overcome your own shortcomings, but this is too literal.
Wasn't as hard as I thought it'd be.
You did seem to have an easy time fighting my shadow.
I knew I didn't have to hold back against a fake sis. It was a chance to vent my frustrations.
So ungrateful.
I had no idea I moved so awkwardly during battle.
That's not surprising. It's hard to observe yourself from an outsider's view.
Well, I know I don't look that stupid when I fight.
Really? It looked the same to me.
You never pull your punches.
But those shadows weren't perfect copies anyway. I'm a lot more poised when I fight, right?
I don't think there's any way to answer that without making you angry.
What's that supposed to mean?
You can't even dodge answering without it making her angry.
Alright, so that was Say Jacques and the Shadows.
One night is 10 GP.
So
Stay the night.
Excuse me?
oh, it's Dryad.
Whoa! Where'd you come from?
Hello, Dryad. Did you need anything?
No, not anything in particular. I simply wanted to know if it's really all right for me to accompany you.
Poor Dryad.
Of course it is. Your magic is really useful.
I am not so sure.
It is! You're really helping us out!
We think of you as our trusted ally, and we will definitely need your help in the future.
I see. I have always doubted my abilities, but if you truly believe I can help, I will do my best. Please call upon me at any time.
She left.
Sounds like Dryad has a problem with anxiety.
Poor Dryad. She probably gets depressed easily.
I apologize for getting depressed.
No, wait! I didn't mean it!
Yeah, it was just a silly joke.
I see.
This might be a difficult elemental in the end.
I know it's played for laughs, but that does kind of hit a little, little close to home.
One night is 10.
I got a question. If you could transform into a monster like those guys from the Empire, what would it be?
A monster? Me?
Come on, it's not for good or anything. Just a temporary transformation, like a werewolf.
I just don't think there's a monster out there that can compare to little old me.
I agree that no monster could stand up to you. They'd be too scared.
You know, I think I'd want to be a vampire. Then I could fly.
Ooh, me too! I want to fly!
No way, you're not vampire material. I'm much more vampiric.
What makes you like a vampire? At least I've got fangs.
I'd say you're more of a blat.
Oh, come on. Sis, back me up.
You both seem like rabbits to me.
One night is 10.
All the seals on the seeds have been broken.
I never thought it'd come to this.
Hey, guys.
What's bothering you?
It wasn't possible before, but I've got an idea for the mana seeds. If we planted them, maybe they'd sprout.
Huh? That's impossible, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so. Probably.
But it would make sense for a mana seed to grow into a tree if it were planted.
When you put it that way.
And most trees make more seeds the more they grow.
Yes.
So if we grew a mana tree, we can make more mana seeds, right? And if we've got so many mana seeds, you wouldn't mind if I ate one, right? Just to taste it?
Well, somebody has their priorities straight. Bit of a roundabout way of getting to it, but
Wait, what?
You still want to eat one?
One night is 10.
I'm pretty sure we're getting close to the end of the skits.
I realized something after fighting all these people from the Empire.
Oh?
All the Imperial subjects that we've met have been normal people. So what about the generals?
What do you mean?
We just assume they're bad guys because they're leading the enemy forces. But what if they've got reasons?
I think I see what you're getting at, bro. The mana power might be too much for the Emperor and his forces to resist.
We need to figure out what's behind the corruption. Get at the root of the problem.
This is the most serious you two have ever been.
I can't explain it. Maybe it's just my sprightly intuition, but something about this isn't right.
I feel the same.
Me too. No matter what's behind this, we gotta stop it. That won't change.
Right. You're good at making complicated things sound easy, sis.
I can't tell if that's a compliment.
It probably isn't.
We still have a goal. Come on, guys. We've got work to do.
Alright, so that was probably the raising of the mana fortress, or the mana palace.
One night is 10.
So,
How does something as huge as the Mana Fortress stay in the air?
It's mana. Mana can do all that?
There's enough firepower in there to destroy the world. That's crazy.
It still feels like a fairy tale, even though I know you've got the legendary Mana Sword.
Hard to believe it's got that much power.
You know, gotta say, I know it's evil and all, but the Mana Fortress does look pretty cool.
Think before you talk. Now is not the time.
I agree. It does look impressive.
Ugh, focus, you two.
Okay, so that's the sinking of the Mana Palace and the raising of the Mana Fortress, which means the next couple skits should be covering the Pure Land.
One night is...
Originally, I left Pandora with you to find Diluc. I never thought this would turn into such a long adventure.
I'm glad you came, though.
Yes, me too. I'm happy to be with you both.
Ah, you'll make me blush.
Don't get used to it. But I wanted you to know that I would never have made it this far without such good friends. Remember when we first met and you were about to become a goblin feast? You grew up. Now you really act like a hero.
Thanks.
Don't doubt yourself, okay? And you're still a bratty little sprite, but I have to admit that it's never boring with you around.
You're too nice.
Are you sure that was a compliment?
What?
I'm kidding. Thanks for everything. I'm so glad I met both of you.
One night is...
Hey, bro? Sis?
What is it?
I wanted to say thanks. This has been a wild ride, but you guys were great people to get stuck with.
The ride isn't over yet.
Yes, we should wait to celebrate until it's all over.
Oh, yeah. Guess you're right.
You're agreeing with me? Are you sick? Are rabbits going to start flying?
Considering we've seen a gigantic fortress fly, I wouldn't put it past them.
Honestly, though, are you feeling okay?
Something could happen at any moment. I just want to make sure I don't leave anything unsaid.
Quit with the pessimism. We'll be fine. I know it.
Always positive, huh, bro? I like it.
Thanks, I think.
Once this whole thing is over, you two gotta come back to Sprite Village so I can show you around.
No tricks, and I'll accept.
Wait, you mean you don't want to be pranked? Well, I guess I can find something else for us to do.
Hey now.
Alrighty, let's get going.
Alright, so
One night is 10G...
how many more do we have?
My mother was the Mana Tree. And my father was the legendary Saren.
Are you okay?
There's just so much to take in.
Not surprised this whole thing threw you for a loop, bro.
Is there anything we can do?
Yeah, just say the word.
I still haven't processed everything my mother said. But I do know one thing for sure.
Which is?
No matter who I am and no matter what my fate, through all the hard and fun times that we've had on this journey, you two have supported me the whole time.
Of course, bro.
And together, we're gonna save the world.
We'll finish this.
Thanks, guys. As a son of the Mana Tribe, I will fulfill the wishes of my people and stop the destruction of the world.
So we're almost done, looks like, because that was
One night
the
is 10
Mana Tree's
GB.
destruction at the end of the Pure Land.
Have we got everything we need?
You might be a hero, but you're still as disorganized as ever.
Lay off. I'm nervous.
If you could just not be nervous for the most important battle of our lives, that'd be great.
Hey, you look just as scared. Sure you won't run away?
Ha! Never! Sis, you better be ready. Don't mix up your magic or anything.
Since when have I mixed up my magic?
Just be sure to heal me and not attack me, okay?
I told you, I don't mix up my magic. You try healing for a change.
I was kidding.
What a simpleton.
I'm just kidding too.
Oh, good.
Come on, bro!
Ready?
All right, I'm ready. Let's do this!
Alright, so that's probably the last skip, but we'll do one more rest just to make sure.
One night is...
Yep. Alright, so that is all of the skits. Probably. I don't know if there will be any skits after killing the first two bosses of the Mana Fortress, but that is going to have to be something for another night. As I mentioned 2 weeks ago, I will not be streaming I will not be streaming at my normal time next week because I will be at SRX in Ohio this spring, where I'll be doing some runs of Sentinels of the Multiverse on Friday afternoon and then Saturday afternoon and evening. I will try to get a stream in on Sunday night, this coming Sunday, to finish out Secret of Mana. But other than that, thank you all for tuning in, guys. Thanks for watching, and I will see you all next week. Have a good night.